Yo fam, what's good, how's everybody? Let's go. Well, we're back again with another build video, this time with the Arc Warlock. Now this build here, I had this build sitting in my collections. I mucked around with it a little bit more, and man, I can't believe I slept on it so much. It's such a good build. You know, it's one of those things that I don't know, man, which is better, Arc Titan, Arc Hunter, Arc Warlock? I mean, let me know in the comments what you guys think. And on that, in the comments, guys, if you like this kind of content, make sure you do smash a like and follow. It all helps to feed this out to people. It helps me grow the channel as well, and I enjoy making it for you guys. But back to the build itself. This build is absolutely insane. I mean, you're going to be able to throw absolutely bucket tons of grenades and have your rift back for survivability and things like that. Not to mention that the Arc Super for the Warlock actually got a buff this season in both of them, Chaos Reach and the Tickle Fingers. Yes, I call it Tickle Fingers, have both got a 25% increase in PvE. Now, the artifact itself really sets this alight. Lightning strikes twice after throwing an arc grenade, gain increased grenade recharge for a short duration. Amped up, gain damage resistance while you're amplified. And then you've got Thunderous Retort, grant bonus arc super damage if cast while critically wounded, or amplified, last until the end of the super activation. And then you have Electric Armorer, stay amplified longer while your arc subclass is equipped, which is, you know, massive as well. Counter charge, gain a stack of armor charge when you stun a champion. I have this on most of my class, especially if you're running hard content. Shock and awe, arc final blows while you're amplified. Summon a burst of lightning that damage and jolts targets. I mean, jolts are awesome for overloads, and we'll go into that a little bit more a bit later on. Authorized mods arc and authorized mods melee, important in whatever champion mods you want. That's all you really need to make this build sing. You want to have arc weapons. You can use whatever arc weapon you like. Personally, it really doesn't matter, but I've been using Cold Heart a lot. Pick whichever super I like. Add Clear for Tickle Fingers, and for single damage, use the Chaos Reach. Ball Lightning and Pulse. You can have Pulse or Storm. I just prefer the Pulse Grenade, especially dealing with champions. Arc Soul, cast your Rift. This is a great thing about this class. You cast your Rift, you get a little Arc Buddy for you and your teammates, which is really cool for taking out little rank and file ads. Electrostatic Mind, defeating targets with arc abilities or defeating jolted or blinded targets creates an Ionic Trace. Collecting an Ionic Trace makes you amplified. Now, this is the important part. So Ionic Traces, just remember that. Spark of Discharge, Arc Weapon, Final Blows have a chance to create an Ionic Trace. Spark of Magnitude, your lingering arc grenades last longer. So that's your Pulse, your Storm grenades. Spark of Shock, your arc grenades jolt targets, so that's important. So jolts also take out overloads. And Spark of Ions, defeating a jolted target creates an Ionic Trace. So you see where we're going? Lots of jolts, lots of Ionic Traces, and brings me to the exotic. Now, Fallen Sunstar is a great exotic. The Ionic Traces themselves give you 12.5% to your abilities. With your Falling Sunstar, you actually get twice that. So you get 25% per Ionic Trace. They move faster along the ground as well. Hands-on, Arc Siphon, and Ashes to Acid. So we're going to create lots of orbs, lots of Ionic Traces. Arc Loader, I like to have Arc Loader on because we're using arc weapons. Firepower, obviously, to create more orbs. And then Grenade Kickstart. So not only are we going to get grenades like crazy, we're also going to make sure we're keeping them up as well. I'm running Void and Arc Resistance. Depending on what you're running, pick whichever one you like. Stacks on stacks. Sorry, not stacks on stacks. We've got armor charged, or charged up, it's called, to get you an extra armor charge. We do have stacks on here as well. And then on the legs, we have stacks on stacks. Now, stacks on stacks versus the elemental charge, right? I hear this debate, and I've had people challenge me on this. I've ran both. If you can run both, run both. But stacks on stacks, for me personally, I think outweighs what the elemental charge does. I used it for about an hour and I just couldn't see the benefits. Powerful Attraction. Obviously, every time you cast that little rift, you're going to get your orbs close to you. And then you've got Reaper and Bomber, once again, doubling down on getting more grenades and making sure you're keeping that armor charge up all the time. Focus on resilience first, then discipline, and then your recovery. As I said earlier, arc weapons are the key. The Cold Heart has the ability to be able to create Ionic Traces in its high damage state. It's the reason why I like using it, and also helps to deal with overloads as well. Although the jolts, you're really going to be able to just throw grenades on those overloads and you're going to jolt them anyway. Trinity Ghoul is another great option. People always say, oh, is that the only weapons I can use? You can really use whatever weapons you want to use, guys, as long as it's arc. You really want arc weapons to help to continue to create those Ionic Traces. Firefight, I've crafted this with Osmosis. It's not the first time I've used this weapon. Basically, I throw a grenade, it's going to turn that weapon into an arc weapon as well. And you're just going to constantly have arc weapons creating Ionic Traces for you, as well as your grenades and everything like that. as I said, I really love the Arc Titan, but I'm becoming a really big lover of this build. It's such a great build. It gives you such diversity. The little Arc buddies help out a heap as well. I mean, I've always been a massive fan of Arc Titan, but I think this one could be winning me over really quickly with the way that with the ability for it just to have great survivability with the Rift. Plus, you can also support your teammates with it as well, and you're gonna spam grenades just as much. I mean, it's not a tanky Titan that likes to punch stuff. You know what I mean? It's kind of, but you can see here dealing with this champion, you throw an Arc grenade on it, it's going to be able to stun the overload champion as well, and then you're going to constantly keep damage onto it to help you get rid of it. And you can just see my abilities just continually keep coming back. That's including my rifts and everything. Now this here is a little, I just wanted to give you a little loop through. I love using this encounter for my videos just because there's such a great ad density here, and you just can keep slaying out on ads and just show the full ability of what this is capable of when there's a lot of ads around. So you just been able to toss grenades, drop your rifts, toss grenades, drop your rifts, and then I mean, what's not to love about it? And this is using the Trinity GHOUL. You can see the ability here, the chain lightning, the ionic traces just keep coming in and flowing in. You're going to get great super regeneration as well because of the amount of grenade kills you're going to be getting using the Ashes to Assets mod on your helmet. But yeah, realistically, use whatever arc weapons you like. The new seasonal one as well, I can't remember the name of it. The auto rifle's great. Eclos is probably my favorite SMG. You've got the Dark Decider, I think it's called, the one from Iron Banner. The auto rifle's great as well. Anything that's got Volt Shot on it is really handy as well because it obviously creates that little Volt explosion and starts damaging things around you. But I mean, hopefully enjoy the build video. I mean, I love making these build videos for guys. And look, you might be running this build and you might just have to tweak one or two things. I know a few of the guys in the community have been running this build, and you know, I jumped into a party with them and I've just tweaked their build slightly just to really double down and make this thing really sing for them. And it does make a difference, guys. But that's it. If you do appreciate it, make sure you leave a like, make sure you leave a comment, and make sure you drop a follow. And I will see you guys again soon. I've got a few more. I've got another Arc build coming, and I've got some more Stasis builds coming as well. And we will see you guys then. Stay groovy, stay safe. As always, appreciate you. Deuces. GG's. GG's.